Welcome to another Relax and Paint. And today I'm doing another Christmas flower, a poinsettia. And I am going to take off my lid that I don't have on here right now. This is the double loader. This is a palette, just so you know. And I've had some people ask how to keep this fresh, the paint fresh, and between uses. There's a lid that you get that goes on this part. So you keep that and put it there. And you take off this lid, you dampen this sponge. This is old, so I'm sorry, it doesn't usually look that way. And you put it on here and cover it. So then you line up these notches, which you can't do while they're in the palette. You've got to pull it out of the palette. I'm just making sure you guys know this because we've had so many questions. And you line these two notches up and you make sure that they're there and they snap. And it snaps all the way around, okay? But that moisture in there will keep it, so you'll be able to last till you want to use it again, which is pretty nice, okay? So I'm gonna drop this in here. I go underneath one and drop it in there and spin it. All right, the paints I'm using floating medium instead of water that's in the middle. And I'm using Folk Art multi-surface paint because I love that it goes indoor, outdoor. It's got a sealer inside of it. I use glass, metal, canvas, ceramic. And so today I am working on, in my Relax and Paint, I'm working on a holiday painting. So I'm going to use 3/4 brush, but also let's come in here and pull with the angle brush. And I have different angle brush sizes. This one is what in the world? Oh, a 5/8. It says 1.58 millimeter. I've never seen that. Sorry. So let's get started here. I'm going to first of all come in here and dampen this brush, lay it on a paper towel, and go between the citrus and the sap. And I can dip a little bit of white on the citrus, and I'm going to work it back and forth. Okay. Now, what I want you to know about an angle brush is that we have a heel and a toe. And what this does is really good about letting you do really pretty branches and vines. Okay, so I'm on scrapbooking paper. This is some I created years ago, and so I just kind of use these pads, but you can come up with all kinds of different scrapbooking papers that have neutral backgrounds, and it's kind of nice because they're easy to frame in the inexpensive glass filled canvas, frames. All right, so I'm going to do a few branches and our little viney branches that could be in the background. All right, so I'm going to only stand on this corner, this toe. Don't lay it flat like this. The idea of being up on the toe means you get a little bit of the citrus, but you don't get a big branch, you get a nice vine. All right, so I'm going to come around. And some people that have been painting with me for many years, today I told them, oh, you're not painting right with that brush. And they were like, why? And so I thought, oh my goodness, I got to do a better job of telling people how to work with that brush. All right, it kind of looks like antlers over here, doesn't it? All right, so what I want you to see is that I'm going to put a few leaves in now. So I'm going to go in between these two and split the brush and pick up. Over here, you don't split the brush. Then we pick up some white, a little bit of medium, and we flatten that into the brush, okay? So what I want to see is I'm going to touch here, push down, and stand up, and then pull a stem in. Okay. And we're going to put just a few leaves in here. Let's grab some white. Okay. We'll pick up some more white and come over here. So that toe just goes out there and touches that branch just a little bit. All right. Now I can put a couple more here. They slide really nice. All right. So you're going to come here and stand up and then slide these easy little the toe into here, so it gives a really nice little vine into the middle of the leaf. Okay. All right, so that gives you a little bit going there. Now I'm going to come back here, pick up these two colors, and I want you to see what happens. Kind of, here's going to be my poinsettia. That's the center. All right, and then I can come out from here and watch this. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, stand up. Then we come here, push, 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 push. And then we pull a stem into there. All right. So what's happening is when I'm doing this choppy stroke along here, I am using the heel. All right. So on these others, I've been pulling the toe to get a point. I just want you to see what happens on here. I'm going to chop, chop, chop. Let's get some more white. And grab that up and pull a stem into it. All right. So that just gives you a little bit of nice greenery in between the petals of the poinsettia. Okay. So just, I like to have a little bit underneath. All right. Now, one thing I kind of like a lot when I'm doing this is I could take the floating medium and let's get some gray mixed in with a little bit of green. Okay, so I'm going to wipe this in here, work it in, work it in. Let's wipe it off and then paint with this. So it's got little bits of green and floating medium. Okay, so I'm wiping this off here. And so what I want you to see is I can do this underneath. And it's just a shadow. So this looks like a shadow of some pine needles, doesn't it? So I'm going to just come in here and add little bits. See, I'm pulling that nice and smooth. And it's just a shadowing in the background. Okay, let's get a little bit more gray. And then we paint with that. All right. So let's put a little bit over here. So you can make this in a whole wreath if you want to. I'm just bringing some of this. Look at this shadowing. I push down and then I lift. Okay, so those are just a little bit of background. All right. Now the next thing I want to do is I can get a bigger angle brush. And I have a set of 3 sizes of angle brushes that are in my green handles. If you want to go look at them, they're inexpensive for what you get. All right, so I'm going to come in here a little bit and show you that we're going to come right here and pull different stems for this poinsettia and for each petal. Okay, so now I'm going to go right in here and I'm going to grab June berry and berry wine and work it in, work it in, work it in. Okay, now I can put a little teeny white in the middle of that. And this is the angle brush. Remember, we have a toe and a heel. And I've got one little wild hair there. I'm going to pull that off. And go right here. So now what's going to happen is we want to come out here. And I'm going to use the heel. Let me come down. I think you need me to come down here. I'm going to put the heel right here. Get a little bit of medium and a lot more paint. Okay. I'm going to turn it around this way. All right, and then we're just going to pull the stem in. All right, so that's a little bit of berry wine and Juneberry right here. So I'm going to grab those two colors again, and then I'm going to hit right in the middle of that, and then grab some medium. All right, so I'm going to come out here, and each one of these places, I'm going to pull some more petals in. All right, more berry wine. All right, so all right, so I think we're going to get some beautiful colors here. I am going to keep adding little bits of white. So I'm going to come right in here with a little bit of white worked into here. All right, we're going to do another one in here. Let's come right in here. All right, so I've got some light colors with some white in it, and then I've got some dark colors in here too. All right, so see, I have the rich, darker colors and then the brighter colors. All right, so I'm going to do another lighter one over here. And we're going to come right here again. All right, so see, we got a few light ones in there. So now I'm just going to keep coming in here and work in the berry wine. All right. The same bigger angle, remember, to make a really pretty leaf. Okay, we're going to come right in here. Okay. All right, you see the mixture of how the dark comes in with that light. I think it looks really pretty. Okay. All right. So see, that's giving you some different colors that I think would turn out really pretty. And we can then come back in with some leaves. All right, so let's come right in here. Yeah, a little bit of pretty color in there. We got white and citrus. little bit here. We covered this one up, so we're going to bring some more back in here. All right. Here we go. What do y'all think? We got some pretty colors in here. All right, so I thought it's just a pretty open look. I'm going to take the handle of the brush and I'm going to put in some centers in here. And we're just dip dotting. We're dipping into citrus and citrus green. All right, so that's bright. And we can come back and you can put little touches of white in here. A little bit of white. Sometimes these are yellow, but I'll put that little bit of white in there. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of evergreen. Now those are pine needles looking here. And so now what we want to do is come over here and work this in. Pick up sap. Now those were shadowed. And now what we want to do is do a little bit of evergreen. So I'm going to come right along here. And so you can do this with a flat brush, but I'm showing you with an angle brush. That little toe gets a lot done. And you can use a smaller brush than this. See? So I'm putting the sap, the darker color, on the outside, on the toe. And then as we're coming up here, the lighter color touches. All right, I can put a little bit of white. Or you can come right in here and get a little bit of white and you can tip a little bit of white and you can tip all in here. And put it so there's width out and there's width. And so this got carried away and a little bit too big. So I'm going to put some green, right, white, and some green right in there. Oops. Well, okay, so I'm going to wipe that off and go back to the sap and citrus. And we're going to come up here and do another little one. Okay. So I kind of flipped that around. Where are we at right there? I did the citrus. Oh, there and there. And then those two have some white on them. All right. So I am going to take a little script liner and get some sap. And I'm going to put little teeny branches. I thought this, you can make nice little greeting cards, framed art if you can get it inexpensive frames. All right. Okay, so I've got this 2 script liner. Losing my voice. And you see those look like Y's, upside down Y. Okay. Now, I have a couple of ways to do berries. I sell this pack of great little daubers. I can do a little bit bigger berry, and where are they? Here, this is the size of the bigger one, but it's longer. Okay. All right. So I can come in here and pick up the berry wine, and on a dry dauber, and I'm going to tap right here until I get some of that white to show. All right, so I'm going to touch and tap, and then we're going to come back up with branches. Now, do you see that the white's all on one edge on the left side, left lower? So I'm going to come back here and tap again. And so we need it at the same place. Oh my goodness, I got way too much paint on here. All right, so I want the white at the same spot. Okay. And a little bit down here. All right, let's put some more white in there. I tap and turn. A little bit more. I'm going to put just a few in here and a few up here. Yeah, I hope you like this. I think it's going to turn out fun as we're working on it. You'll see. Oops, everything's sliding down. Sorry. I didn't know I was off the camera. Let's come back over here just a little bit. All right. So the last thing I'm going to do is make some little berries. So I can just use the handle to stroke them like this. This would be a little bit difficult. But if I came in here and dip it into fresh paint, and then I put them on all these little, oops, we want to go straight down. Dip, dot. Okay, so then I'm having a hard time getting nice berries. So that's because this is thick and pasty. So what you have to do is we're going to bring on this one color for doing berries. I'm going to tap, 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 tap with the water in this and get a nice consistency to dip dot. Now, all this other paint will do it, no problem, but I want this berry wine, but for some reason, it does not get nice and smooth. So what happens, I can come right in here and redo these guys. All right, so each single dot should be really nice. All right, so the difference is the small berries and the big berries, all right? So I was trying to show you some little tricks if you're running into problems with your berries. All right, so I want to show you, this is when the paint's good consistency. I can dip and then just go like that and get a really nice look. Okay, so see, this is really nice and smooth. and they're both right out of the bottle. There aren't very many colors you'll run into where you have that problem. Most of them are really nice in consistency. But for some reason, berry wine's very high pigmented. And so that might be why we're having a little bit of problem. This is one of my favorite new colors is Juneberry. It makes beautiful roses. Okay, I think this is going to be a pretty spray for you. You can use canvas. This is just scrapbooking paper, but this frame's really beautiful if you want an expensive gift for somebody, just to let you know. All right. So there we are. Now you can metallic in here or whatever color you want, but I'm going to come right in here and sign it and share it. I'm really excited to see you guys try this out. So grab some paper, some paint, and let's paint. All right. Now I've got one more problem here. These need to be connected. So I'm going to go through the berry wine and I'm going to grab and pull these little guys. All right. So then that finishes it off. You just go through here and there. All right here, I can go to the bottom of each one. And so I did make this a little bit berry wine stems, but you can use other colors. All right, so I'm going to come right through here. All right, we have one more cluster here. Oh no, I got another one. All right, I think that's it. Light and dark, really pretty colors. Try it. I think you'll like it. Okay. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.